Hello and welcome once again to Red Gaming Tech for your daily dose of the latest gaming news and myself, Amata. Today is of course still the 5th of October, and this time I'm bringing you something a little bit different from Square Enix, as there has been some comments from the president Yosuke Matsuda, who has detailed the company's business model changes in a recent interview, stating that the company must reform with urgency. Now, this was when he was speaking with InfoSeek, and he said Matsuda said that with changes in the game industry moving at a rather rapid pace, in order to react at the same speed, quote, "It is urgent for development and sales to be unified as one." And he continued by saying, quote, "The business model is at a turning point. Up until now, the profit of home console games have been decided by price times the number sold. Development and sales were divided, and the game developers only need to concentrate on their work. That's where the strengths of our company laid within. At the very beginning, the game business started out with, how can we get people to insert coins? Afterwards, consoles became popular, and our company grew as the game design and billing methods were divided. Presently, online games are prosperous, which again has the theme of how can we charge the people, as developers and sales have become inseparable, and the devices they can be played on has spread vastly. It's truly a paradigm shift. Past gaming generations took place roughly 3 to 5 years. Nowadays, release titles are updated every day, and it only takes about 3 months for a situation to completely change. In order to react with speed, it is urgent for development and sales to be unified as one. The former core was standardization, and now it has become personality. An especially important index is asset turnover ratio. When making something, developers want to spend more time and money. However, that can be related to lowering the asset turnover ratio, so the key point is to find a good balance. In fact, one of the factors of the final deficit is the delay from the development to release. Such time lag means a decrease of contact frequency with the players. It is necessary for us to set up a system that allows us to meet the demands of our customers in a more timely manner. We can't just have a year of leniency. We must reform with urgency. Now, Matsuda has said over the years that he has supported former President Yoichi Wada's decision, but he is, of course, now holding his former position, and he wants to make different decisions and to, quote, "continue taking on challenges from now on. The DNA of providing high-quality content is in us. We will continue to honour this while changing what needs to be changed. I am convinced we can make this drastic change into a chance of opportunity." And for those of you wondering, the asset turnover ratio is the amount of sales generated for every dollar's worth of assets. It is calculated by dividing sales in dollars by assets in dollars, just for those of you wondering what he was actually referring to when talking about that. So there was a few key things that he discussed there, but one of them was the frequency of releases. That is something that they probably need to work on because, well, we're finally getting Final Fantasy 15, but it has been a long time coming, to the point where, obviously it used to be called Final Fantasy Versus 13, and of course was going to be a PS3 exclusive for the longest time. Now, of course, is going to be a PS3, PS4, and Xbox One title in the next generation, and that has been many years in coming, with the title seemingly up in the air, and it actually had a direct knock-on effect with Kingdom Hearts 3, as Tetsuya Nomura was quoted several times in saying that he wanted the team who were working on Versus to work in Kingdom Hearts 3. So essentially, until we had Versus 13 in our hands, or at least it was finished development, we would not be seeing Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, obviously, that has changed with Kingdom Hearts 3 being finally officially announced this year, which of course made many fans shout in jubilation. So I feel like he does have a good point. This is something Square needs to address, as it's definitely a problem when there are major titles such as big updates that are important, such as Final Fantasy Versus 13, which is now Final Fantasy 15, their first move away from Final Fantasy 13, which has had several iterations now. It's not really good that it's taken this long to have an official announcement, and it's gone through such a turbulent time, and fans have literally had nothing to chew on if they weren't a fan of the Final Fantasy 13 universe, which isn't the most popular Final Fantasy universe ever. 13-2 was better than 13, and of course we've got Lightning Returns coming up as well, which looks to be interesting. But if you have no interest in those characters, it has been a long, dry spell indeed. So I feel he definitely has some good points. What do you feel about what he was saying? Do you agree? Do you feel like there's anything else that Square needs to address in these upcoming changes that they wish to make? As always, I would love to hear from you. Anyway, that is me done for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.